So we got to experience something that very few people get to do. Where's the adventure left in this world when you think about it? There's very few places on earth that are left that somebody can go to and experience something that no one has ever done before them. And to be the first people to get to hunt this landmass was just incredible to me. You know, flying in a boat, coming to a remote area like this is what this is all about, what hunting is all about for me. You know, I've killed some big bear. In fact, I have big bear at home in New York and New Jersey that rival the bear here. Skull sizes and actually are bigger body weight than the bears that are probably here because they have a better food sources there. But to be able to come to some place and be on a lake and not see another person, another boat, there's nothing here but us. And you know, we landed on this little island, set up our camp, and it's just been one of the most amazing things that I've ever done. On this week, we've set up 5 different bait sites, and we've used an oat and oil mixture where most of the bears that Jason has in his other camp, they really respond well to that. We did try some natural baits like fish carcasses just to bring some scent and attract the bear in. No luck at this bait. We've got 3 more to check today. Let's get on it. Well, this was the first bait we set yesterday. We're gonna go check it now. You know, one of the things is there's just so much land here and we can cover so much with the boat. We just don't know really what the bears are feeding on. So setting these baits is a little tough. We're finding good bear trails. We're finding some signs, some scat, some rubs, some other things that bear in the area, but nothing's really fresh. So we're hoping by bringing this bait to where we're putting it, we can attract these bear in, get them to congregate, and hopefully one of these baits pan out. This was going to be a good one. Put these baits up yesterday, and they've only been up 24 hours. These last 3, and nothing's been hit yet, but like I said, we just put them up, and I'm sure these bears will be on them before the end of the week. We got to make their rounds. There's a lot of country to cover here, so we're hitting great bear trails. There's bear sign, so we just don't know how they're making their loop or what they're feeding on right now that's here. So hopefully end of the week. This is good. We got the camera on the ground. Bait's not touched. Got a bite mark on it.
Pics.
41 pictures on the camera. The camera was on the ground. Bait's not touched. And what I really liked most about this spot when I picked it was just the visibility. And it's kind of down in a bowl. You got a pond here, and the river off the lake is here. And I guess this is just a really nice natural pinch point. Let's see, dying to see what's on this card. Okay.
It's a little bear, Gus.
Okay.
151. See, there's the bottom of the bucket. Here's the bear.
Yeah. Look, I just got kicked out.
Yeah, he's
2-year-old. Bear. So he probably just got kicked off, and his mom's gonna hook up with a big boar and breed.
She might be hooked up. You
Right.
know what I mean?
The problem is, he's here.
Yeah.
I think
and they aren't.
Right. Hey, brother. Hey.
Hey.
First day.
Boom.
First bait hit.
These trails. What are these game trails, huh? Not that old, but it's definitely here. Yep. There's been one here.
Yeah, that's bears.
Check this out, Johnny. You still green, just starting to turn yellow up there. Back to the roots.
Put it on this log.
Well, this is the last week of bear season here, and we've gotten one small bear that's coming to the baits. We have a few days left, and we're going to stay on it. You know, we're not really sure what the bear are eating right at this point. There's some cranberries out, but the blueberries have not started yet. If they had started, we know we'd be able to probably spot and stalk a bear in those on the side of those hills. They had a big burn here years ago, and all these hills are filled with blueberries, but they're not out yet. And we just haven't been seeing the bear, you know, traveling the trails with fresh scat. You know, we found where they've been before, but they're just not in the area where our baits are.
Well, this is what we're looking for. Some bear scat here. Doesn't look real fresh, but what we're doing is Jason and I have split up on this trip and he's on a different landmass scouting that. We came here. We're getting on these bear trails, trying to figure out what these bears are doing. We set some bait sites up. They haven't been hit. We had our first bear hit one of the sites yesterday. And that's the third day in. So what we're doing now is going to see if we can do some scouting and stalking, have our bow, be glassing the island, just kind of get a lay of the land, see if we find any crossings or any pinch points that might be a good bait location in the future. One thing we came upon was an old cabin. Looks like it could be a trapper cabin, but we're gonna take a walk over here and check it out. Now, it looks like this thing has been down for a while. You can see the claw marks here all around this cabin, where these bears have kind of ripped this plywood up and torn it down. Whenever you see something like this, you're always wondering what happened here. What happened to the person that was here? We know there was no other hunting on this island. It could have been an old trapper, it could have been a prospector, somebody just getting away from civilization and coming out here. There's a lot of native people in this area. When we got here, we flew in a boat, and that's the only way we're accessing all these land masses, but it's pretty interesting, and you always wonder if these walls could talk, what kind of a story they'd tell.
This lake was fished 6 years ago by the guys from Cree River Lodge who are partnered up with Jason Peterson on his outfitting business. They came here, set up their tents, just were so overrun by bears that they had to leave. So we had an idea of how good the fishing was going to be once we got here, but we had no idea how good it was actually going to be. Did you catch some fish there, Johnny?
Holy, is it a laker? Yeah, it's a lake trout. Looks like a walleye.
Let's see how Gussie does with pictures. A lot of fish there. That's awesome, Pike. Yeah, he's cool.
And although this was a world-class fishing trip, and one of the most amazing trips I've ever been on, just for catching fish, the purpose of this trip was to develop a bear camp. And that was kind of weighing heavy on me that we hadn't been seeing any bears.
Oh, look.
Every day we checked these bait sites with no results, and every day we became a little less confident. You know, it makes you question some of your decisions on where we place these bait sites and where these bears actually going to be able to come in. So on the next to the last day of our trip, we made our way back out to that furthest bait on the northern part of the lake.
intense. We came to check this bait. Bear was on the bait, good bear. We've only seen one bear, small bear on this. He came down, he's postured at us a few times, circled around behind us, came up on top of the hill, made another bluff charge, came down below us. I got the shot. Bear's dead. Awesome. He thought I was a bear. He thought I was a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Came up on the hill and he's looking right at us. And that looks like a little bear. See, now if you'd have been wearing this, you'd have been screwed, bro. That bear was gone.
Well, how close was he when he come over the hill?
Less than 20.
Because we're going.
He's on top of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it. I said, Johnny, get behind me because I didn't want. But then the bear's looking. He stood up. I'm like, I just want to at least be throwing an arrow at him before I hit. Before he kills Johnny.
Because he was aggressive.
Oh, he was aggressive bear. That's a big bear. That's a big bear. Look at the paws on him.
They don't get as big as like the southern bear.
Right.
But the heads on them.
The heads are giant. Jace, man, I can't thank you enough, brother.
I hope we do.
Oh man, we can do it again.
Dude. Yeah.
We're in.
I had a lot of fun. Like a lot.
Yeah,
of
we
fun.
had a lot of laughs on this trip, and we were catching. Look, forget the bear hunting for a second. I know that's the reason we came, but
we actually just about did forget about the bear
I've
hunting.
never had fishing. I mean, just fish after fish. I mean, Chad caught 3 today in like a 5-minute span.
It's a great bear, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Big old head on him.
Yeah, he's got a good head, man.
Holy
he's bigger than I
smokes.
thought he was.
Yeah, you just don't get the huge bodies here because they're in the den another month. So
yeah, this is really north. We're 40 miles, you said, from
about 40 miles from Northwest Territories.
Northwest Territory. So you're up there, man. I mean, God, he's showing me these trees here, saying this tree would take 100 years to grow. The growing season's so short.
Yeah, we're close to the...
Dude, man.
Look at the hide on him.
He's beautiful, man. No rubs. Jason Peterson, True North Adventures. My friend, this was an adventure.
Yeah, between, when we first talked on the phone, actually at ATA.
ATA we talked.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? You could come. We'd love to have you at our Cree River Lodge camp. We do the majority of the bear hunts are there. We set it up. We've killed some absolute giants there. Actually, we just got done 3 weeks there, and I got an idea. And
well, let me tell you how he presented this idea. He's like, I got a camp that we could fly a boat in, and I'm going, fly a boat in? Yeah, tents, gear, everything. We're gonna go back there, and we're just gonna try to figure out what these bear are doing and start this remote camp. And man, that just seemed like such an adventure to me.
It is. That's what it is. It's more an adventure. This is icing on the cake. This isn't the fishing, but it's all about 4 good guys having a great time.
3 good guys and 1 not so good guy, right?
Okay, which
Johnny.
one? Oh yeah, Johnny.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Chad, but
just joking, John. But anyway, no, my point was that we came into these places. We were following trails. We were splitting up, setting up what we thought were good pinch points.
Yep.
These are. The great thing is this is the first bear killed up here.
This is the first bear killed out of this lake. Yeah.
And I picked a stand, so we got to name it. What do you think?
How about
the Italian Stallion?
How about
any more of the short jokes?
Gnome?
I've been getting short jokes all week here, But no, this was just an unbelievable adventure.
Yeah. And just to have them act like, they don't act like your normal bear here. They don't know what a human is. They don't, they're more aggressive.
Yes. You'll see that from the video.
Yeah. They're aggressive.
The funny thing was we're coming to check the bait.
That's right.
And we had a small bear. This was the only bait that was being hit out of the 5 we put out, and we had a small bear on it, and we put the fish carcasses yesterday.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
And we came in, and our bait bucket was down. Jason seen the bear. He says, "Good bear, grab your bow." And that's one thing you made a point. Now this is Jason's home turf, so
Well, we kill quite a few up here, walking into the stands, and they won't leave.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll call, like, did you hear me clicking every once in a while? Sometimes they'll come right back. And a lot of times, and it might have calmed them down, but Chad and I jumped in the boat, backed off, and he thought we were gone. And
unbelievable. Coming in, walking in on this bear, have him circle us, kind of bluff charge once, posture a little bit, and getting a shot on him was just unbelievable, my friend. And I want to thank you.
Good, we'll do it again.
Jason has a camp up north that has some great bear working baits right now. We could have easily went there, tried to take one of those big Bruins, but you know, I was in Manitoba last month, took a giant bear that I'd been after for 3 years, and you know, that's kind of anticlimactic. After you go after one animal and finally accomplish that, you're looking for something else. It wasn't really that appealing to me to go up and hunt a bait that Jason had established and to be involved in that type of a camp. You know, the thing you can't explain about being to a place like this is to be able to drink the water from a lake. Right, you know, just reach your cup down and take a drink of water. It's so pristine, just so beautiful. It's amazing to be able to experience something like this. And you know, there's just not a lot of places left in the world that you can experience something like this. And you know, like I said, bear hunting here was secondary for me. I've shot big bear. We have bigger bear at home. We have bear that are the same size skulls with, you know, heavier weights in New York and New Jersey. But the fact that there are bear here that have never seen a human is that's the thing that intrigued me. But just to be able to come on a trip like this and explore and to be part of this is just, it's beyond words. It really is, it's something amazing. Jason, I can't thank you enough for inviting me up here, man. I hope this ain't the last time.